Hello, hello, hello. Hello friends, welcome back to another video. This is Gabriel.meneses, your e-commerce coach, and today we're talking about Facebook ads and how to test your products and services for the first time, okay? So if you haven't run a Facebook ad campaign or anything like that, don't worry. Today I'm taking you step by step on how to do this process, and as you can see here, I have my Facebook ads campaign open, so you can see we're testing a new product for completely like step by step, so don't worry about all of the technicals, etc. Okay, so before anything we need to get the video film. So before anything, order your product. If you are doing drop shipping, if you have your own product already and you're creating it and all of that, make sure that you have it at hand so you can start creating your videos, okay, for your ads. So step number one, for testing purposes, what I recommend is don't spend money on creating professional videos if you don't know if this product is going to be the right one, okay? The first thing that you need to do as soon as you order your product or you have your own product, etc., go ahead, take your cell phone and create a video like a regular customer, okay? Maybe you can find a friend, a family member, maybe like a real customer that's a friend of yours, etc. So tell this person, listen, can you put can you show up on my video? Okay, so the best way to do it is through selfie mode or your own cell phone camera and just showcase the product like a regular person is reviewing the product. Okay, so this works really well for Facebook and Instagram, okay, for stories, the feed, and even the explore page and all of these things. People are used to videos of people actually reviewing things like an influencer, okay? So this is called user generated content. This works really well. So it's a good start for you before you go ahead and spend some money on professional videos, and even, with different services, like, there are many I have in the description, etc., that can help you create high-end kind of videos, okay? But first, before you spend this money, make sure that you go ahead and test the product first, okay? This is what we're doing today. We're proving that our idea is correct, okay? So the first thing is, go ahead, take your product and create a 30-second to 1-minute video, just selfie mode. Hey, I just got this product. These are the features. Make sure that you mention the problem first. Let's say that your product solve, like a hiking, like a pair of socks or something like that for hiking, okay? So you won't have like sweaty feet or whatever. You can mention the problem and then bring up the solution with the product, okay? In less than 30 seconds to a minute, okay? Go ahead and mention the specs, the features, why it's so amazing, and then at the end, make a call to action to check out the product by clicking learn more or swipe up or anything, depending of the type of campaign that you're doing, okay? So go ahead, do the call to action at the end, and then just with the video, go ahead and save that to your phone and post it in the page of your business, okay? Create an Instagram account and create a Facebook business page for your own product, for your business, professionally, okay? Go ahead, put a logo, put a bio that actually describes the product. I have a lot of videos inside my channel explaining how to optimize your profile so it looks professional. Post some pictures of the product. Go ahead, take, people using the product outside. If it's an outdoor product, if something that's inside, take some pictures so the page looks, nice, with at least maybe 12 to 20 pictures inside the page, so actually looks well put together. That's a real business, okay? And then one of these videos and one of these posts will be this type of video that you just film for the ad, okay? That's step number one. Film the ad with your cell phone and then post it inside your page. The reason why you want to post it is because you want to start collecting the engagement. You want to start collecting the comments, the likes, the shares, and all of these, because the more you boost this video, the easier we'll get for the social proof, okay? More people will see the ad, more people will be commenting, asking questions, you'll be answering the questions, and it will be easier for you to sell, okay? So that's the reason why you want to post it in your Facebook page and Instagram account, okay? So then after you do that, you're ready to go to run the first ads to actually test your product. And this is where we get technical. It's super easy. Don't worry about it. I'll walk you through the process. So the first thing is go to business, to the Facebook Business Manager, create an account if you don't have one, and start, connect your credit card information and all of that so Facebook can charge your credit card. And after that, you're ready to go, okay? Then go ahead and make sure that you connect the Facebook pixel with your Shopify store. I have a tutorial for this. It's step by step. Also, you'll find a ton of tutorials on YouTube on how to do this. So you connect download the app inside Shopify if you're using Shopify, and connect the Facebook pixel inside this, okay? After that, you'll be ready to go to start your first campaign, okay? So the thing that you need to do is to click create, okay? The green button right here, you will create your first campaign, okay? The goal of this is to actually find out the cost of conversion, okay, per conversion. So how much it takes for us to run some ads and then get some purchases, okay? Here you will see if your product is actually a good product to actually advertise. If here you'll get the feedback from real people that's not your family, friends, or people that are super nice to you. Like they say like, wow, this is so nice, this is awesome, keep it up. This is the real deal, guys. Here you will know exactly what real people think about your product, okay? So don't be discouraged if you don't get any purchases, because maybe you need to actually find a new angle of the product. Maybe you need to actually play with the pricing of the product, with the offer, maybe the price that you're offering. Maybe you need to optimize your product page, your landing page. Here you will know exactly what's going on, okay? So right here, the thing that you need to do from the get-go is just take out that thought from your mind that, well, I'm not getting any sales, I'm not good at this, or anything like that. It's not you the issue, okay? It's you trying to find the best angle to advertise your product, and the best way to do it is by testing, okay? You are testing. This is your first test, okay? Just for you to keep in mind, it takes around 10 different products, 10 different tries, 10 different tweaks to actually get some light, to get to a point that you're actually start generating sales continuously, etc. Okay, so there are many things that you need to do, and for this, I recommend that you go to heymeneses.com/toolkit so you actually get your Facebook ads course for completely free. Okay, I filmed myself for 2 hours explaining you step by step on everything that you need to do to actually get to that point of to test 10 different angles and all of these so you can actually start generating sales. Okay, so right here, if you go to heymeneses.com/toolkit, you get to the Facebook ads course right here. That's one of the things that you will get. And then inside that, you will learn how to actually A/B test things to actually start getting sales, okay? Right here, what I'm teaching you is how to test for the first time your product, okay? So the first thing that you need to do is to create a campaign, okay? You'll click the green button right here. You click create. Then you will see a panel just like this one, like a summary panel. Put the name. I always put the date first. Right here, we are in February 9th. So I always put the date for the next day, okay? Because usually it takes 24 hours for them to review it and then accept the campaign. So I always want to start at midnight to run my campaigns, okay? Then I put the word cold, okay? Because I'm testing for the first time to a bunch of new people. They're super cold. They don't know about my product or service. So that's why I use the word cold right here, okay? Sometimes I run warm campaigns, hot campaigns for retargeting, but right here, this specific campaign is for a cold audience, okay? So I put the date and then the word cold, okay? Then after that, I go ahead and select conversions, okay? Because I want to generate sales, okay? So I'm telling Facebook, go ahead and find people that are willing to buy, that has purchased before from the platform. So go ahead and find me these people, okay? So that's something that I click, and then the campaign budget optimization, I press that on, okay? Because it's easier for you for the first time. You can start training the account for CBO, campaign budget optimization. What that means is that the system will optimize, okay? You don't need to put the budget per ad set right here, but you will put it in the campaign. So you're telling the system, listen, spend $150 today, but spend it wisely according to the data that you get, okay? So that's basically what you're saying to the system. If you turn this off, you will need to put a certain amount of money on each different angle that you take inside of the campaign. So it will be easier for you to start like this. So, you let the system, because you actually don't know how much you need for each campaign to be spending. This is the first time that you're doing it, so this will give you a great idea on how to do it, okay? So right here, I put it on. Now, the big topic is, Gabriel, how much do I need to invest in Facebook ads to start generating sales, okay? So because you're running the product for the first time, you don't know how much it takes to sell one unit, okay? So the thing is, the higher the price of your product, the more money you will need to put and advertise to actually generate sales, okay? The more money you need to put in to get the money back to you, okay? So the thing is, let's say that you're selling cars. I always give you this example. Let's say that you are BMW, you want to sell the latest 2021 car, etc. So obviously you cannot sell one car spending $100, okay? Because this car is like $80,000, $100K or so, okay? So you at least need to put $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to sell one unit, okay? So that's the real deal here. So the more of the price of the product, obviously it will take more money to sell, okay? So the same way, if you are generating leads for your business, if your products and services are super high, you will need to at least spend 1/3 in advertising dollars to be able to get it through, okay? And that's on average, okay? This will depend on products. The more you optimize, the more everything that you do, obviously the cost will decrease, but a good rule of thumb, at least 1/3 of the product, you need to start around that, okay? To start advertising, okay? So right here, if I know that I'm selling my product for $50, this is a well-rounded number. At least I always start my campaigns for the first time to see what's going on in the market, at least 3 times that. So I multiply my $50 times 3, and then I go ahead and put $150 in daily budget, okay? I understand that's a lot of money for a lot of people out there, and that's fine, okay? So what I'm doing here is cutting my time of testing, okay? So the more money I put in the daily budget, obviously I'll get results faster. So I'll know what's the issue with the landing page, with the ads, with the audiences, and all of this, okay? So the less money that I put, the more time that I need to wait to actually get results, okay? So let's say that I put, instead of $150, I put like, let's say $50. So I'll need to wait 3 times the time that I'm, the results are coming in, people are clicking in. But in order for me to get an idea or what's going on with my product, I'll need to wait at least, 3 more days, for example, because in 3 more days, I'll be spending $150. So that's fine for you. So let's say you tell me, Gabriel, my budget is $20 a day. That's just fine. So you will know today what's going on. You will need to wait at least 2 weeks to be able to actually make a smart decision of the actual people that are joining your, that are purchasing your products, okay? So that's fine. If you tell me, Gabriel, I only have $10, again, you'll need to wait 4 weeks to be able to know exactly what's going on, okay? So that's for you an idea, okay? And everything depends on the product and the time that you want to wait, okay? The product price and the time that you're willing to wait to see the results, okay? A common mistake here is that many people get over themselves, okay? They're always like, oh my God, it's been 1 day, I don't see any purchases, I don't see any sales. Okay, so how much is your product and how much are you spending? So they tell me, I'm selling my product for $80 and I'm spending $20 a day. Obviously, you don't know exactly, what's the actual response of the market, because not too many people have interacted with your landing pages, with your products. You haven't put a lot of people inside your pages, so you will know exactly if it's something worth pursuing, okay? So my rule of thumb, again, at least I need to spend 3 times the cost of the product to actually know if it's worth it, okay? So right here, if my product costs $50, I'll put 150. So the next step is, okay, I'm putting 150, but at least I need to be testing different angles for my actual creatives, for my videos, for my interest, etc., for my audiences, okay? Because I need to make sure that if I'm going to spend this money today, that the system has enough data to actually run and see what works well, etc., okay? So I put myself in a good position here. So what I'm doing is I'm creating different ad sets. If you don't know what's an ad set, this is the place that you actually put exactly who is watching my ad, who is interacting with my ad, okay? So when you click the actual section right here, which is the ad set, you select first in the name. I'll go through that later on, but you put the interest that you're using, then you select website, okay? So I'm optimizing for my website because I want people to visit a landing page, okay? Then here in the pixel section, you connect your Facebook pixel with your Shopify store. Here you will see that after you do the process of installing the app, the Facebook ad inside your Shopify store, if you're using Shopify, whatever you're using, you'll be able to see it connected, okay? And then you optimize for purchases, okay? This is the thing that you need to be able to click purchases because you want the system to actually find people that tend to purchase, and you want them to optimize, okay? Don't do anything else. You will see like a lot of advice on optimizing for other things, and maybe even Facebook will tell you, listen, select like a different event, etc. But go ahead and just click purchases, okay? This will make your life easier, okay? After that, you go ahead and select the start date, and then I always put the next day at midnight, so it's always easier to start fresh from a new day. And then it gives enough time for the system to approve the actual campaign, okay? Then obviously you will select your audience, okay? Who is actually watching my ad, okay? Right here, I leave it without custom audience. We're not touching that. I always start with the United States. It's the best market to test your products and services. I always leave it as open as possible, okay? 18 to 65. I let the system optimize, okay? Facebook, it's super smart. They know what they're doing. They have a lot of data. So if, for example, if you get more people from 20 to 25 visiting your website, they will know exactly that they need to showcase your ads to 20 to 25, okay? It's in their best interest to get your results as easier as possible. So just leave this wide open so they have some space to test to see what's the actual audience, okay? Remember, if this is a new product for you, it's something that you don't know what's going on, this is the first campaign that you're running, so you need to just leave it open. You don't know what's going on here. Even if you have some sort of idea that you're not selling to senior citizens, or you're not selling to super young people, just leave it open. Let Facebook optimize that for you, okay? Then genders, okay? I leave it open again, all genders, okay? Unless you really know you're selling like a makeup thing and it's only for females, go ahead and select that. Or you're selling like deodorant only for males, go ahead and select that. If you don't know exactly if this product will resonate better with females or male, just leave it as wide as you can, okay? Just leave it open, and then Facebook will give you a solid and they will optimize on your behalf, okay? Then the detailed targeting, which is the most important part, okay? First, what you need to do is do your research. Find potential brands that are around your niche. So right here, I'm using a hiking product, okay? So we are advertising a water bottle, okay? So I want to sell to people that are outdoors, they hike, they are always doing different sports, kayaking, they do different things, okay? So I research my audience, and then I start testing different interests within the Facebook ecosystem, okay? So right here, what I do is I select hiking equipment as my first interest, okay? But as you can see, I don't select anything else, okay? Because I want to know exactly if this works, okay? If this is the right one to start testing, because if I start getting sales from this specific ad set, that means that hiking equipment is a good interest to pursue, okay? So that's why I don't start combining different ones, okay? So then you just uncheck the reach people beyond your detailed targeting because you want it as clean as possible, okay? And here you see a ton of people, 4 million people. That's well more than enough people. You are in the green right here. Sometimes if you have less than 1 million, I wouldn't, if you're doing a cold campaign, just to A/B test to see for the first time, don't pursue small audiences. Always go to the big ones because you have more than enough pool of people to actually Facebook to find the right people to buy your products, okay? If you go too like narrow, it will be way more difficult for you to actually find people that will purchase your product or service, okay? One of the things is that I'm currently running campaigns for a product that has a super targeted, it's super a narrow audience, but it's super profitable, okay? I understand the size of this audience, okay? So I know that my audience, like 150K to like 500K 800,000 people is like a huge pool of people, but still small when you compare it with other products like a hiking product. So that's fine if you know that you are in a niche that's super targeted, super small, and you're selling for, like insurance companies that are only in New York, or that's an example, okay? Obviously, your audiences will be reduced, okay? So when you talk with 500,000 people, that's more than enough. So obviously you will have less options, but you will need to start testing to see if it's worth it for you, for your business, okay? But if you can actually test a huge pool of people, it will be easier for you because Facebook will have more data, okay? So that's about the audience definition that you see right here when you pick an interest, okay? After that, we go to manual placements. You select Facebook and Instagram, and then obviously I always start testing with the feed, with the actual section that's Facebook newsfeed and Instagram feed, okay? So right here, these are the two that I want to test because that's the place that I'm posting my actual video, okay? Organically. When I post my video, then I can reference my video inside this platform. So I can start collecting the likes, the comments, the shares, and all of that, okay? So that's the best way to actually do it, okay? Some people just go ahead and upload the video natively inside the Facebook ads ecosystem, but what you want to do is reference the post that you did so you can start collecting in the actual post, okay? You start collecting these interactions, okay? So right here, what we do is we select Facebook newsfeed and Instagram feed, okay? These are the most common ones. If you are a little bit more advanced, I would recommend that you actually also create Instagram stories and Facebook stories campaign. So this way you can also A/B test and do like a swipe up option, okay? If you decide to do this, the things that right here we're only running for the Facebook feed and Instagram feed, but if you decide also to pursue a different campaign for stories, the way to do it is you will show up with your product, film yourself in selfie mode, and just say like, I just got this product, it's an amazing, it's saving me time because this and that. Remember, you mentioned the problem and they bring up the solution. And then at the end, in 15 seconds to 30 seconds, the call to action, instead of click, learn more, will be swipe up. Okay, that's the only difference that you need to do there. So also what I also like to do is when I record myself inside the Instagram app so I can use the stickers so it looks even more organic, okay? So what I do that, and then I put like a swipe up sticker, that maybe a message like saying what I'm talking about, and then I download that video from the stories platform inside Instagram, and then I upload that to the system inside the Facebook ads. So when people see the video, it looks like a regular post from one of their friends. It doesn't look like an ad, and that's huge, okay? That's a huge piece of advice because people won't be skipping that much. They'll actually see, well, who is this person? I don't know them, but they're talking something that relates to me because obviously you're targeting inside the interest section. So let's say that you're talking about something about hiking, but they don't know you, but you're talking something that's relevant to them. So obviously they will be like, well, let me just listen to that. So that's the benefit of doing an organic ad, okay? It's a user-generated content, so it's huge. It works super, super well. So the same way we're doing this, but for this example, we're doing it instead of stories, we're doing the Facebook newsfeed. So we're doing a regular post, okay? So after that, we'll be almost ready to go. So we're going to start creating our ad, okay? So right here, you won't be able to see all of these that I have right here because what I do after I create my initial campaign, what I do is I duplicate, okay? Click the three dots and then do quickly duplicate, and then it will be easier for me. So as soon as I create my first campaign, I only duplicate and then start changing the actual interest, okay? So let me see if, okay, perfect. We are still in business right here. So right here, we see the first ad, okay? This is the actual video that people are watching, okay? So the thing that I do is I run 3 videos inside an ad set. This way I am testing different angles, okay? Let's say that you are selling socks for hiking, and then you have 3 different angles that you have 3 different ideas to test, okay? Maybe you are mentioning why the material is so good, is waterproof, for example. Then you're mentioning in the other angle maybe for people that are like to hike, The other angle is for people that like to, that are runners. So you have 3 different type of people inside the actual creatives, and you're using 3 different type of environments, and you're testing 3 different angles. Okay, that's the main thing. So think about your product and think 3 different ways that you can actually sell your product, stating the problem and the solution. Okay, obviously, if you know that you are targeting hiking equipment, you can bundle one of these. Can be, are you a hiker, a runner, a soccer player? You can mention all of the potential customers. And then the other one is, instead of mentioning the audience, you're mentioning, let's say, the location. Maybe you can say, so football fields, soccer fields, you start a different angle instead of mentioning the person. And then the other one, instead of mentioning the location, you're mentioning the problem and then going with the story. Okay, you can go ahead and just mention a story that you had. One day I was blah, 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 blah. And then you have 3 different angles, 3 different ways selling the product, and see what works the best. That's why I like using 3 different videos, 3 different ads inside one ad set. Okay, so the way you do it is, the first one, I always put version 1. You can put any title, but make sure that you know which one is which. And then you connect your Facebook page. Right here, I have my personal one, and then my Instagram account. And then instead of right here, you will see create ad. And then in ad setup, you'll click use existing post. Okay. So when you click use existing post, you'll have a chance to pick a specific video from your page. Okay. From your Instagram account. So right here, when you click change post, when you connect it with your Instagram for your business, you will see all of the posts that you have posted before. Okay, so that's why I was telling you, make sure that before you do anything, make sure that you post an actual thing in your page, so you can see it here and then use it as a reference. Okay, so then go ahead here and select your post. Right here you can select Facebook or Instagram, whatever post that you decide. Just pick the post and then you will see it load right here. Okay, so after that, make sure to put here the website URL for your product page. Okay, so if you have a Shopify store, make sure that you paste the actual product page. Unless you have a funnel style, you only have a home page for one product and that is it. But if you know that you have a large catalog, put the product page so people don't get confused and they don't waste time looking for the actual product. So right here, just paste the product page. I always do the call to action, learn more. It's easier, subtle for the person, instead of just put buy now. If some people, they think that after clicking, they'll start the buying process. People get anxious about that. If you put learn more, it's more subtle because you will give them more information about the product before they start the purchase. Okay, so right here, I always do learn more. Okay, then after that, you are ready to go. Okay, make sure that you brand your ad set, your ad right here, version 1, and then you'll have right now you'll have your campaign, your actual ad set with the audience that you created, and then one ad inside. So the next step for you is to click the 3 buttons right here and then click quickly duplicate. Okay, and then just like that, you will get another one right here that will say version 1 copy. Okay, then go ahead and put, instead of copy, delete that and then 1 and put version 2. Do the same process, but instead of picking the other and the ad that it's here, that's a copy from this one, change the post and pick another one. Okay, as you can see here, I pick one with the blue background, and right here I pick one with the red background. Okay, the same way you posted 3 posts inside your page, and then you'll pick one for each one. Okay, after you do that, you keep everything else the same, and then go ahead to the next one. Okay, then we'll do the same thing for this one. We click the 3 dots and then we click quickly duplicate, and then we'll have the last one, which is the third one, and then that is it. Okay, we go ahead, change post, find a new one, and then leave everything else the same. Okay, so after this step, you'll have your actual campaign, which is a CBO campaign optimizing for conversions for people to sell. Then we have our actual ad set optimizing for 1 interest, and then 3 ads testing 3 different angles. Okay, so that's more than enough to get started. Okay, but obviously this is only one type of audience. Okay, we want to test at least 3 to 5 different audiences depending on the budget that we're using. Okay, the more money that we put in, the more it's like gasoline, okay? So Facebook ads is like the car, so the money is like gasoline. So the more money that we put in, the more things that we can test. Obviously, the more people can see our ads, etc. Okay, so obviously, if you're only testing with $5, if you try to do like 5 different angles, it will be like too little money for all of the people that you're trying to target. Okay, so a good rule of thumb is for each $10 to $15 is more than enough for each pocket of the audience. Okay, so if like this is 5 different ones, so right here we have $50, right here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, so this is a $50 type of campaign, but I always tell you I like to go a little bit more, so the process is a little bit faster, so I can know my data, my numbers, and then I start to optimize. Okay, again, if you want to learn how to optimize, make sure to go to heymeneses.com/toolkit and get into my Facebook ads course. Okay, that's super important. So right here, after that, what we do is we're going to duplicate not the campaign, but we're going to duplicate the ad set. Okay, so we're going to click quickly duplicate right here on top of the ad set hiking equipment, but for you will be a different one obviously, but we're going to quickly duplicate, and then we're going to create a copy of this one plus the 3 ads right here. We want to keep the ads consistent. We don't want to change them because the only thing that we are A/B testing is the actual ad, the interest that we're using. Okay, right here everything is the same, as you can see, the date, everything, the location, the age, the gender. The only thing that I'm changing is the detailed targeting right here. Instead of hiking equipment, I'm using camping. Okay, camping right here. Okay, so you have many suggestions right here if you don't know where to start, but I recommend that you do your research and see what brands, what magazines, channels, celebrities, people that actually relevant to your industry, that actually connect with your target audience, so then you can start using these different demographics, interests, and behaviors. Okay, so right here, this is the only thing that we change, and then this will be selected by default. Okay, but uncheck this button because we only want to reach people inside this interest targeting. Okay, after that, you keep everything the same because it will be an exact copy of our main ad set right here. And then after we duplicate, we'll have now 2 things. Okay, we'll have one campaign, conversions campaign, CVO. Then we have this pocket right here, and then we have this pocket right here. The only thing that changes is the interest. Okay, then you will do the same, repeat this process 5 times, quickly duplicate, and then you will go to the next one. You have our exact copy. You go to the interest right here, then change the single interest. Do another targeting, only one, and check the reach, the detailed targeting expansion, and then keep doing it until you have at least 5 different pockets inside your campaign. Okay, after that, you'll be ready to go. Okay, after that, you'll be ready to test your campaign for the first time. Okay, you'll go publish, and if this is your first time, it can take 24 to 48 hours. Make sure that you have everything ready to go to receive customers inside your Shopify store. Everything looking good. Connect your payment method so you can pay for the ads. Obviously, if you don't have a payment method, they will ask you for the payment method because they won't run the ads for free. And then exactly, you will start getting your data. Okay, and then what to do with this data? Go ahead again to heymeneses.com/toolkit to know exactly what to do after you start generating sales, or after people start visiting your store, how to understand what's going on. Okay, because this is super important, because after this step, you will know exactly what's the issue, if there is an issue, or how you can optimize to even increase sales. Okay, even more sales. Okay, sometimes, most likely, you won't get any sales from this first campaign, but you will know exactly, oh, listen, there is a mistake in my landing page. There is a mistake here in my checkout process. Maybe my pricing is too high. I'm not giving an enough offer. My product is not appealing enough. Maybe this is not the right target audience. Maybe the ads that I'm using is not the angle that I was thinking, and I need to push with a better angle. Okay, so you'll have a ton of information to make decisions. What's the problem? Again, you need to at least run like 10 campaigns to have something that, like a well-oiled machine, that you can actually say, this is good, we need to improve from here, but it's already generating sales and I'm happy with it. Okay, don't give up on this type of the process. Again, running ads takes time and money. That's why many people just give up in the process. But once you find it, once you find the sweet spot, it works really, really well, okay? So right here, this is the toolkit, completely free Facebook ads course. Another thing that I recommend is before you do this process, just go to gabriel.meneses.com and then go to my Shopify store review, okay? That's super important because some people, they think that they have a fantastic Shopify store, they have a fantastic store, a website, all of that, but actually they're not ready to receive traffic. They think that everything looks super good, super branded, but the thing is that when I get inside their website, I'm like, listen, this is not ready to receive all of this traffic that you are creating right here, okay? So what I recommend is before you spend $150 per day, go ahead and buy a $37 review right here, okay? So right here, this is the price at this moment. This will fluctuate depending on the time that you're watching this video, but go ahead to my Shopify store review. You go to gabriel.meneses.com/Shopify review. The link is also in the description. Go ahead and purchase a detailed review from me, okay? What happens here is that I'm going to go to your store. I'm going to record myself like you're watching me right now. I'm going to tell you, listen, this logo is not okay. This product page, this copywriting, change this, change that. I recommend this or that. The images here, add a video here. I'll give you all of the details that you need to know before you start sending people to your store. This way you are sure that your website is optimized, that everything is ready to go, is super smooth, so it just makes sense, okay? So before anything, just go ahead and buy a Shopify store review from me. It will be super, super easy for you to just be sure and have like a breath of fresh air whenever you're ready to run ads, okay? So before that, just go ahead and buy a Shopify store review, okay? And even if you have a website, also works for a website, whatever you have, whatever the traffic you're sending, just go ahead to gabriel.meneses.com/Shopify review, okay? So besides that, you'll be ready to go, ready to roll, okay? Then after that, publish and then wait for it to be approved and then start waiting. Don't get over yourself. Just turning off campaigns or anything like that. Let it run for at least 2 to 3 days to see the numbers coming, to see what's going on, etc., okay? So that'll be everything for today. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to the channel to be notified for the next video, okay? And ring the bell to be notified again, okay? I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye now.